Greetings and welcome back to STL Soccer Talk, the video edition here at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch and STLtoday.com. I'm Tom Timmermann, beat writer for City SC for the Post-Dispatch. This is Beth O'Malley. Beth, hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
You're fresh from the practice field.
I am fresh as one can be. But,
it's a nice day outside.
It is. It gets a little warm on the practice field. But in any case, a full set of players out there today, though some of them training only were there for part of training. Mm-hmm. So Cedric Toyert and Chris Durkin, who are the primary ones to be concerned about right now.
Yes.
Toyert left the last game early, and they had him in a limited role today in practice, but they expect that he'll be fine, and they just being cautious on how much work he gets. And Chris Durkin actually got hurt in the Portland game.
Okay.
Played hurt in the Club America game,
mm-hmm.
and so they're just giving him a little kind of breather as well. But at the same time, Rasmus Alm, Klaus, and Joachim Nielsen, who are out, are taking the next step in the return to play protocol.
Okay.
And so they trained briefly with the team. They were neutrals, as mm-hmm. they call them in practice.
A little bit like, what do they do? Red shirt in football, you can't touch them.
Yeah, they wore yellow shirts,
okay.
actually, and they kind of stand on the side and kick the ball. Anyway, I talked to both of them after practice, and Klaus and Alm, and they like, I'd say they like the progress they're making, but they're making progress. Klaus was thinking maybe the LA Galaxy game could be the one where he comes back, but not maybe New England still, and Rasmus said, for the past 4 weeks I've been saying I'm 2 weeks away, so I'm not saying anything anymore as to where they are. Yeah. So it's a process.
All right.
So. Well, Anthony Markanich, though, is not here anymore. Anthony Markanich, beloved left back mm-hmm. for City SC, who actually has played more games at left back than anybody else in City SC history, but who, because of circumstances beyond his control, had dropped down to number 3 in the depth chart, was traded to Minnesota. John Hackworth was saying they met with Anthony and said, look, through no fault of your own, Jaden Reed's playing great. We got Jonas Horn.
Right. You're
number 3. He said, what would you like? He said, is there another team that needs a left back? If you could find a team, I would like to do that. And so Minnesota needed a left back, and so they traded him there. And now City plays Minnesota twice down the rest of the way, and they play New England, so they'll see Chris Parker or Tim Parker again. So it's Reunionville coming up on the City SC schedule.
It will be. And it's good to see a player who kind of came to St. Louis and was, again, able to strengthen their career and then move on to another team in a hopefully happy position.
Yeah, and Anthony Markanich was a guy who was riding the bench last year in Colorado mm-hmm. and came to St. Louis and found his career really revitalized, got a chance to play more than anyone, even he, would have expected.
Yeah.
But this is crunch time.
Yes.
Crunch time officially begins now.
The countdown to the postseason.
Yes, if there is going to be a postseason, and it's going to be tough. The players say, well, it's doable, but
mm-hmm.
it is going to be tough. Probably got to win 7 out of 9, and that starts Saturday in Portland, a team they just beat 3-0.
They did, but at home.
At home.
And during non-MLS play, so
yes.
Doesn't count for anything.
Doesn't count for, other than they got them to play Club America in the next round of the League's Cup.
Yeah.
Which they liked, but then you saw Colorado go on and play Club America and tie Club America and then advance on penalty kicks. So it's one of those things where, City did well, and I mean, there's a different game than the Colorado game. But all the prep work, all the stuff they were able to get done in those extra League's Cup games, now it's time. And, yes, they got the forward guys in place, but they're looking at new pieces on the back line with Horn and Henry Kessler. Mm-hmm. And, whether or not they play Saturday or how much they play is one of the issues that Hackworth and his staff have to figure out.
Definitely. This week, the podcast is going to be a player interview.
So we hope.
Yes.
So we expect.
So we expect.
So it's coming out Wednesday. So watch this on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, assuming we get it edited,
right. We should. Yeah.
We should. There'll be a podcast.
Yes.
So that's what's coming up in your life. In the meantime, support local journalism. Subscribe to the Post-Dispatch. Give the podcast a 5-star or 4-star, however many stars you can give.
The best
maximum stars. Give it the best. And subscribe to the Post-Dispatch for all sorts of coverage on all sorts of things. For producer Ellie Scheller behind the camera, For Beth, for me, I'm Tom. Until next week, be seeing you.